Hi everyone, welcome to ZV NFT. It is Sunday and I'm getting ready for my Sunday long run, so this is the state I'm in this morning. I haven't been running for a while actually, and I'd spent some time in Twitter Spaces and I discovered a project called Naked Runner. Now, I'm not doing that, but I met one of the founders who is a runner and gave me tips and some motivation to run mindfully. So I thought I would just go and do that, get myself back into it, since it's been a while since I've been a consistent runner. But before I go off and do that, I thought that I would share some of the stuff I found about how the NFT community is coming together when it comes to supporting Ukraine. And I find what's happening really fascinating. And I want to spend some time highlighting what exactly has been going on. So let's take a look. I think what's happening is actually quite extraordinary to understand how the NFT community has been rallying to support Ukraine. Let's just go through some of the ways in which they're doing that, right? So the first thing is supporting Ukrainian artists. So a lot of artists on multiple marketplaces that buy and sell NFT are suddenly finding that their sales are spiking over the last 24, 48 hours or so. And even the marketplaces themselves, such as OpenSea, have shown real solidarity with Ukraine. You've got big American artists such as Beeple that's created a digital piece of art whose sales and the funds are dedicated to Ukraine. A lot of artists from Ukraine have been thanking people. For example, the Ukrainian photographer Marina Light sold 22 pieces on OpenSea, which was the biggest burst of sales since she entered the NFT space in 2021. Another Ukrainian artist, Anastasia Mialova, who does some photographic work as well, has been thanking collectors, saying that, we really appreciate all of this. You also have marketplaces saying that they would make donations to the Ukrainian Red Cross and really try and spotlight Ukrainian artists over the coming weeks. You also have the NFT community that then just put together this entire list of where are all the Ukrainian artists on the NFT spaces and marketplaces, and let's back them. I also attended some Twitter spaces with Ukrainian artists who not only talked about their art, but also gave a picture as to what was happening in Ukraine with their families and their own thoughts, which was insightful because it wasn't what we normally see on mainstream media, who have been doing an excellent job of coverage, but these are some of the stories that are emerging from the NFT space that we would actually not see ordinarily. I mentioned Beeple, the digital artist who sold that crazy NFT some months ago for $69 million, created a piece called Everyday Series dedicated to Ukraine, and it's captioned Stand with Ukraine. There's another interesting group of advocates in the NFT space that have announced this initiative called Relief to support Ukraine, and there are 27 celebrated NFT artists such as Sartoshi, Ravi Vora, Alison Harvard, and they're releasing various pieces under this umbrella initiative, and the sales are directly going to go to Ukrainian relief efforts. And this is what I took a look at on OpenSea this morning. I was looking at some of the pieces of art, and you can see that they describe this initiative as a Web3 initiative to provide global humanitarian aid. This is the first collection in support of the people of Ukraine. It includes 37 of our most influential artists, some of whom call Ukraine home. 100% of the primary sale will go towards relief in Ukraine, and then you get royalties off secondary sales, and they will also go towards supporting Ukrainian artists, charities, and initiatives and things like that. So I think this is a really cool thing to see happen in the space, and if you buy any of these pieces, you will be able to support the initiative that they're trying to make successful for Ukraine. It's not just NFTs that are operating to support the people of Ukraine. It's also cryptocurrencies themselves, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, which is a stable coin. Take a look at this story. According to reports, Bitcoin donations to Come Back Alive, that's an NGO that's helping Ukraine's military efforts, received $3 million in Bitcoin in a single donation on Friday. That's a really big deal. You also saw a lot of users taking to social media to ask Ukraine's Ministry of Defense to please accept cryptocurrency donations like Tether, which is a stable coin. It's pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar. And at the same time, you're seeing Ukraine's Kuna exchange creating a crypto fund to also help charities in the country. So you've got all these wallets where people around the world can send little bits of cryptocurrency into these wallets that help the people of Ukraine, whether it's from a military standpoint, whether it's from a humanitarian, food, shelter standpoint. You have the ability to send money on a Sunday afternoon to one of these wallets. I did see on Twitter that the Coin Bureau, who I love and I've learned a lot from, by the way, hi Guy, great work, had shared this link from the government of Ukraine. It was an official link. It's been verified on social media. And this is an amazing moment, Guy says, at the Coin Bureau. A country under siege turning to crypto to fundraise. And when you click on the link, you see an official Ukrainian handle here saying, "Stand with the people of Ukraine. We are now accepting cryptocurrency donations, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT, Tether, the stable coin." And you see the Bitcoin wallet address, the Ethereum and Tether address as well. They're both ERC20 tokens, and you can send money. So that's a big deal. I want to draw your attention also to something that's happening in the cryptocurrency space and the Web3 space, which is this idea of DAOs, DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organizations. Keep your eye on this, okay? A DAO is essentially a community or a group that's organized in a decentralized way with the purpose of co-investing or accomplishing a particular goal. The founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, who, by the way, is Canadian-Russian and very active with what's going on right now, he said, this is how you should think of a DAO. A DAO is an organization with automation at the center and people at the edge, okay? This is relevant in what's happening now in Ukraine because you have organizations, DAOs, Decentralized Autonomous Organizations, coming up, and they're focusing on how to help Ukraine. So it's a way to organize with people all over the world that don't know each other. The DAO has a system of rules to basically manage everybody that participates in the DAOs, and everybody has to stick by the rules, and the decisions are made and voted on autonomously on the blockchain. Okay, there's a DAO that's come up called Ukraine DAO that's doing something very interesting. And I just want to highlight this. And I will be talking about DAOs in a little bit more detail on ZVNFT because I think it's something that we're seeing evolve in real time as this crisis is happening. Here's a story. You've got a group of anti-Putin activists creating a DAO, to sell NFTs to raise crypto donations for Ukraine. It's a decentralized autonomous organization that is selling non-fungible tokens, NFTs, to raise money for Ukraine. Essentially, there's a picture of the Ukrainian flag. And it's a one of one, and people are getting together and they are participating in this DAO to raise money for Ukraine. I go to the link on Twitter and this is it. They say we want to use the power of Web3 and community to raise funds for Ukrainian organizations, helping those suffering from the war in Ukraine. 100% of proceeds go to Ukrainians suffering from the war, and this is the NFT. They are using a platform called Party Bid in order to execute this, all right? So you go to the page and you click with Donate Now with Party Bid, which I've just discovered and I'm learning about. They just describe this and say this is the Ukrainian flag. It's one of one. The funds raised are going to go to Ukraine and come back alive, right? So the NGO helping back the Ukrainian military. So you go click the link and you end up on this Party Bid platform. You can see this is Ukraine DAO. You can see the host. You could see this is the Ukraine flag, the 1-for-1 NFT. And you can see how much money they raised, 1,226 ETH. That is over $3 million. And these are all the people that have donated to Party Bid. And ultimately, all of these funds will go to supporting the Ukrainian people and to the donations that this DAO would like to send money to. And everybody here can own a little piece of this effort. That's it for this episode of ZVNFT. I'm going to go for my run now because if I don't go, it's going to get too hot and then I will get lazy and then I won't go. But I will be keeping an eye on what's happening in Ukraine, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and Web3. I think it's really important to shine a spotlight to see what is effective in this space, what is working, and how we're all evolving in this space together. Take care.